Hey everyone, hope you're well. So I'm just going to briefly go over today's task. So our aim, quote unquote, is how can I analyze a photo essay in a gallery walk? And some reminders just to make sure that you consistently, and the 12th grade has been doing a great job of this, but just make sure that you're still filling out your attendance form for Mr. Boyd every day. Um, and then make sure that you complete missing assignments from this class and any of your other classes for the fifth marking period. The marking period ends tomorrow. So make sure that you are communicating with your teachers. You guys are on the road to graduation, and it's around the corner. So let's just keep up the momentum. Please don't get yourselves down. Um, just a reminder: our host office hours every day from 1 to 2. And some of you I sent a survey to about remote learning. Please complete that as soon as possible. That information is very helpful for me, and also helpful for you in the long run. So we did go over this the other day in the other YouTube video I posted, but a satire is a genre of literature. So we've looked at a couple of satires already this unit, and on the left-hand side you can see some examples of popular satires. Um, and then for you, what might be most relevant are some of these pop culture references. So the Wolf of Wall Street, I'm sure Steven Sanchez will appreciate that. South Park, Black AF, that's a new Netflix series that came out. The Simpsons, White America, it's a song by Eminem on his, I think it was on his first album. Grand Theft Auto, GTA, and generally political cartoons, which I have a few of on the side for you, just so you have an idea of some satires. But more specifically, we're going to look at photojournalism. So today, you guys are going to be looking at a photo essay, but I'll get into that a little bit later. But photojournalism is the idea of telling a story using photographs. So typically, when you hear journalism, you may be thinking writing, you may think of Miss Rennick, but photojournalism is special because it follows the same format of telling a story, but you use photos to do that. Um, Photojournalism usually tells these own special stories that we don't usually see. And a lot of times, photojournalism can have certain aspects of satire in them, or it can be used as a vehicle to express a satire, especially because it targets a specific problem. And you'll see a little bit of that today in your task. It says additionally, because a photo essay is a common thread of related topics about a photo, journalists have the ability to sometimes exaggerate a problem through photography. Photography is very powerful. So they use this medium sometimes to bring attention to a certain problem or bring attention to a specific cause, and you'll see that today. And you're going to want to come back to this definition while you're working on today's task if needed. So at the beginning of the unit, I did give you guys these vocab terms. I said that they'll keep coming up. These are just unit specific. Today, I really want you to think of the word convince, meaning to persuade. So think of ways that you may or may not, but think ways that you are definitely being convinced of something while doing today's task. And then also, I want you to consider, and this is one of your questions I'm going to have you guys answer. Do you find that this is in any way radical? Do you feel that this photojournalist is radical? Meaning that she's searching for change through her piece, or it's a little bit extreme. So that's for you to decide. We went over this already. These are just the different elements of a satire. There are many more, but these are ones that are most often noticeable and easy to catch. So you have ridicule, sarcasm, irony, exaggeration, juxtaposition, incongruity, and understatement. So today you guys are going to be doing a photo analysis. So you're going to do a digital gallery walk. I know this is something we normally do in the classroom, and I'd have you guys go around, we'd have a discussion about it, and it'd be really rich and enjoyable. But we're going to do this digitally, and I think you may get the same thing out of it. Just keep in mind, as you observe the photos, keep in mind that these questions. So I want you to ask yourself, if you're looking at it and you don't really know what you're looking at, or you find that what you're looking at isn't meaningful, or it doesn't really convey any emotion in you, ask yourself, who's shown in the photograph? What else is shown in the photograph? Look at all aspects of the photo. Sometimes we look at a picture and we just like, If there's a person, we tend to just look at the person, look at all aspects of the photograph. Think about when and where it was taken, and why are those subjects meaning people or things, why are they photographed in that way? Photographers are very purposeful, and especially Alison Wright, she's trying to persuade you of something. She's trying to get a message across. So I want you guys to think about that particularly. You're like, why does this matter? But you guys remember, our performance task is to craft a satire. So a satire may look different ways for you. It may be written, it may be in the form of photos. So I just want you guys to keep those things in mind.